What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Stocks continue to fall after the S&P has finally hit that 10% correction territory for the first time since March of 2020. NASDAQ, the tech sector, had actually already hit it multiple times. It's the second time since March of 2020 hitting that correction territory after bouncing out of it in early 2021. But in this video, I want to focus solely on AMC. Currently, it is just being pulled down with the entire market. We saw that bounce off of 15, get a little bit of rejection at the $20 level. Now it looks like we're heading right back down to the $15 flat level. But the 13F filings have officially come in. And what I want to talk about, because I've had a lot of people reaching out and asking me, is that 80% number. Retail owns 80% of the float. Retail owns more than 80% of the float. There's a couple clarifications I want to talk about, as well as complete speculation on basically who is the majority owner of AMC stock as of right now, and potentially if retail still does own even close to that 80%, how many shares are outstanding that are at least in plain sight. So in this video, I'm going to cover everything for you. Let's get right into it. Before we do talk about the 13F filings, I do want to say that Adam Aaron had said that 80% number as of June of last year, all right? And we watched the price go from about 77 of that pre-market high on June 3rd to now currently at $15. That is a significant drop. So there has been a little bit of reshuffling. There has been averaging down. There has been profit taking. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and be blind and think there hasn't, and you shouldn't either. But that number does come from that June 3rd date. But let's take a look at this. So this is what really was intriguing. If you look at market beat, you can see that, institutional buying has continued to increase. It's slowed down, obviously, since that almost 1.2 billion in quarter two. Quarter three still at 820 million, and quarter four was a lot less. However, it still outpaces the value being sold exponentially. All right, as you can see, this is still about a 5-to-1 ratio. And when we look at the exact 13F filings, there's a couple things I want to highlight right here. All right, first of all, you have institutional owners, 605 total. There's 548 long, and that's a long only. All right, there are 32 playing both sides, 25 short, but 548 institutions long on AMC. Okay, which makes up over 90%, of them being long. However, out of the institutional shares that are long, there's about 36.5%. All right, so right now that shows you institutions hold 36.5%. But here's where things get a little bit interesting. Okay, that is excluding the 13D and 13G filings. And if you remember, I covered in previous videos and people have talked about for a while, both Vanguard and BlackRock had significantly increased their positions, okay, to a totaling of about 90 million shares. And as you can see, these are 13Gs. So if you add this up, it's about 17.5%, okay? And considering this 36.5% is excluding those 13Gs, you got to think institutions currently hold about 54% of the float. Okay, now does that include the Ortex showing 20% short interest? That is still unknown to my knowledge. All right, I do believe that there are some that are going to be filed on that, all right, which obviously do include some of the 25% short. But let's say you even get rid of that 20% short number, because a lot of people were saying there's retail, there's institution, and then there's shorts. And even if you just have a retail and institution, you still have 54%. So that begs to hold, what is retail hold? And if they have increased from that 80%, then clearly you can see in plain sight more than the float is being held. Okay, and on the contrary, okay, how much of retail has gotten out of that position, and potentially who's going to get back into the position, you know what I mean, going forward. So as of right now, 54% is being held on institutions, both included on the long and on the short side. So I thought that was very interesting. I want to share with you guys, especially that we've been covering the 13F filings and they've all officially rolled in for quarter four of last year. So that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.